Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Let me tell you something about life, about the grind, about the hustle, about the storms that will come your way. Every day is a battle. Every single day, the world is going to throw things at you that you didn't ask for, that you didn't see coming. But let me tell you, if you want to make it through, you've got to start your morning right. Now, I'm not talking about your alarm clock. I'm not talking about your coffee. I'm talking about your mind. I'm talking about your heart. I'm talking about making sure that before you step out the door, before you face the world, you've got something powerful on your side. You've got God's protection. You see, the truth is God has your back. And I don't mean that in some cliche way. No, I mean that in a real, tangible, undeniable way. God's protection is real. It's real when you feel like you're about to break. It's real when you're facing that challenge that seems too big, too overwhelming. And it's real when the world tells you you're not enough. You need to understand that when you've got God on your side, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that can stand in your way. So how do you start your morning with God's protection? It's simple. It's about intentionality. It's about setting the tone for the day even before you roll out of bed. Get up and claim that protection. Speak it out loud. Declare that today you are covered, that no weapon formed against you will prosper, that every step you take, God's got you. And don't just say it, feel it deep in your soul. Know that He's walking with you, protecting you, guiding you. Listen, we live in a world that's constantly trying to pull us down, but God's power is greater than anything this world can throw at you. I don't care what challenges you face today, what difficulties you might be up against, you need to understand this: you are not alone. You are not walking in fear. You are walking in strength. You are walking in the protection of the Most High. Start your day by reminding yourself that you are a child of God. And that means you've got a force greater than anything on this planet on your side. When you wake up, let your first thought be gratitude. Thank God for His protection. Thank Him for His mercy. Thank Him for His grace. Because when you thank Him, you're positioning yourself to receive everything He has for you that day. But don't just thank Him and go about your business. Stand tall. Move with confidence. Know that whatever comes your way, you've already got the victory. God has already declared you more than a conqueror. Now go out there and act like it. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And it's not because of you, it's because of who you walk with. So today, take your first step in faith. Walk with confidence. Walk with power. Walk with purpose. And know that God's protection is your shield, your fortress, and your foundation. Now get out there and crush it. Start your morning right. Start it with God's protection and watch the blessings follow you. Let's go. Starting your day with intentionality is one of the most powerful ways to set the tone for the rest of your day. The moment you wake up, before you even put your feet on the ground, take a moment to connect with your purpose and align your thoughts with the strength and protection of God. The world may try to pull you in different directions, but when you begin your morning with a clear intention to walk in faith, you take control of your mindset and the energy you bring into the world. When you wake up, don't just roll over and grab your phone to check the news or your emails. Don't immediately let the rush of the day's responsibilities or problems cloud your thoughts. Take a moment of stillness. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Start by acknowledging that God's presence is with you in that very moment. Before you even face the day's challenges, speak out loud. Yes, speak it with authority that you are covered by God's protection. In doing this, you are making a declaration. You're telling the world and even yourself that you are not walking into the day unarmed or unprepared. You are walking into it with the divine power that is greater than anything you'll face. Intentionality isn't just about saying the words, it's about meaning them. It's about knowing in your heart that God is with you. And when you embrace that reality, it changes how you view the day. You're not just going through the motions or reacting to whatever comes at you, you're walking through it with a sense of purpose. There is power in starting the day by setting that tone, by reminding yourself that God's protection is already in place before you step out the door. It's a powerful way to focus your thoughts and get your heart aligned with the reality of God's presence in your life. Too often, we let the distractions of the world take away our focus. The pressures of work, relationships, and personal challenges can overwhelm us before the day even starts. But when you begin your morning with intention, you're taking control. You're saying to yourself that no matter what happens throughout the day, you are not walking alone. You are not walking without support. When you affirm that God's protection surrounds you, you are not only mentally preparing for what's ahead, but spiritually positioning yourself to thrive. You recognize that the difficulties you might face aren't bigger than the divine protection that covers you. What happens next is that you start to carry that assurance with you throughout the day. When you make it a habit to begin each day with this intentionality, your actions are no longer driven by fear, doubt, or uncertainty. You walk into every conversation, every task, every challenge, knowing that you are equipped and protected. This protection isn't just a shield that keeps harm away, it's a force that guides your decisions, sharpens your instincts, and strengthens your resolve. When you start your morning in this way, you not only set yourself up for a successful day, but a peaceful one as well. The power of starting your morning with intentionality is that it establishes a foundation for everything that follows. You're no longer reacting to life's circumstances, you're proactively facing them with God's strength. This intentional beginning helps you navigate the rest of your day with a sense of calm, knowing that whatever comes your way, God has already gone before you. God's protection is not just a comforting idea or a nice sentiment to think about, it's a real, powerful force that can guide and sustain you through anything that comes your way. When you wake up in the morning before the chaos of the world starts pressing in, it's important to understand and acknowledge that God's protection is not only available to you, but that it is actively working in your life. It's not just a prayer you say, it's a reality you embrace. You have to believe that no matter what you face today, whether big challenges or small obstacles, you are covered by something much greater than yourself. This belief in God's protection is not just about asking for help when things go wrong, but about trusting and knowing that His presence is with you in every moment of your day, preparing you, guiding you, and shielding you. When you start your morning by embracing this truth, you're not merely hoping that God will protect you, you're acknowledging that He already has. His protection is not passive, it's active, it's powerful, and it's ready to respond to anything the world throws at you. The idea that God's protection is real means that no matter the circumstances, you have a divine covering that goes with you wherever you go. Whether you're walking into a difficult meeting, heading into a challenging situation, or just dealing with the stress and strain of life, you know that God is walking with you, His protection surrounding you, making sure that you are safe and secure no matter what. God's protection isn't just about shielding you from physical harm either. It's about emotional and spiritual protection. It's about having the strength to resist temptation, to keep your peace in the middle of chaos, to stay grounded when the world is pulling you in every direction. The real beauty of God's protection is that it covers every aspect of your being, your mind, your heart, your spirit. No matter what trials or struggles you may face today, God's protection gives you the confidence to rise above them. It helps you make wise decisions, trust your instincts, and stay rooted in His truth no matter how turbulent the world around you may seem. When you realize that God's protection is real, you begin to move through the day differently. You no longer go into your challenges fearing what might happen next. You step into them with the knowledge that God's presence has already gone ahead of you and is standing beside you, preparing a way for you to overcome. It's not about avoiding difficulties, because difficulties are a part of life. But when you understand that God's protection surrounds you, you approach each challenge with a mindset that says, I will not be defeated. I will not be shaken. I have the divine protection of my Creator, and that's all I need. Having this mindset transforms your day. You're not just trying to get through the motions of life. Instead, you're walking through life with purpose, with strength, with clarity, and with confidence. You know that no matter what happens, God's protection is there. It's like a shield that keeps your spirit strong, your mind sharp, and your heart at peace. This is the kind of protection that doesn't just keep you safe in a physical sense, but empowers you to stay true to your values, to make good decisions, and to rise above every circumstance with strength and grace. You become a person who faces every challenge head on, not because you're stronger or more capable than anyone else, but because you walk with the one who is stronger than anything this world can throw at you. Gratitude is a cornerstone of a life well lived, and it's especially powerful when you begin your day with it. When you wake up in the morning, don't just think about the things you need to do, the challenges you might face, or the worries that have been on your mind. Instead, start by taking a deep breath and being thankful. Thank God for the protection that He has already placed over you. Thank Him for His grace for waking you up to another day, for the breath in your lungs, and for the opportunity to experience another moment of life. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it's an action. When you begin your day by expressing thankfulness, you are positioning yourself to receive all that God has for you, not just in material things, but in peace and strength and in His divine protection. You are setting the tone for your day, reminding yourself that even in the midst of life's challenges, God's mercy is new every morning. When you're thankful, your focus shifts from what's wrong or what's missing to what's already been provided for you. Gratitude opens your heart to the blessings that are all around you. It aligns you with the reality of God's goodness even when the day feels heavy or uncertain. This is why it's so important to begin your day with gratitude. Because when you thank God for His protection, you are acknowledging that He is already ahead of you, watching over you, guiding you, and making a way for you to overcome whatever the day holds. Gratitude reminds you that you don't have to face life on your own. You are not alone. You are walking in the protection of the Almighty. When you're thankful for God's protection, it shifts your perspective. Instead of walking into your day filled with anxiety or uncertainty, you walk in confidence. You start to understand that the obstacles ahead are not bigger than the God who is with you. The struggles you may face are not insurmountable when you know that God's protection surrounds you. In the same way that a shield protects a warrior in battle, God's protection shields you from the forces of negativity, fear, and doubt that can try to hold you back. It's not that you won't face challenges or adversity, but that you will face them knowing you're covered, knowing you are equipped with divine armor that will help you stand firm. By thanking God for His protection, you are declaring that you trust Him with your day. You are saying that you trust Him to guard your steps, protect your mind, and keep your heart aligned with His purpose. You are walking through the day not with fear or anxiety, but with the assurance that God is walking with you, leading you, and guiding you every step of the way. This kind of gratitude changes your mindset. It empowers you to face whatever comes your way with strength and peace. When you start your morning by acknowledging God's protection and expressing gratitude for it, you open yourself up to experiencing His peace in a real way. You are telling yourself that no matter the circumstances, you are covered by a divine shield of protection that will help you through every situation. This mindset of gratitude doesn't just impact your spiritual life, it affects how you approach your work, your relationships, and your personal challenges. It transforms the way you interact with the world. Instead of seeing the day as something to survive, you start seeing it as an opportunity to thrive because you know that God's protection is with you. You begin to see every opportunity, every encounter, and every task as something that can be handled with God's strength and guidance. Gratitude in the morning creates an atmosphere of peace and confidence that you carry with you throughout the entire day. It's not just about the words you say, but the attitude you cultivate. And that attitude has the power to change everything. When you thank God for His protection, you are declaring that you believe in His provision, His power, and His ability to guide you to victory. Walking with confidence is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. When you start your day with the protection of God firmly in your mind, you are already walking in a posture of assurance. Confidence doesn't come from knowing you have all the answers or that everything in your life is going perfectly. It comes from knowing that God has you covered. You're not walking into the day alone or unprotected, but with the full force of God's presence surrounding you. There's an immense power that comes with recognizing that no matter what you face, God's protection will guide and sustain you. This awareness allows you to move through life with confidence, not because of your own abilities, but because of the strength and assurance that God is walking with you. When you understand that God is your shield, you approach every challenge and every opportunity with a sense of peace and strength that doesn't come from the world. You're not consumed by fear or uncertainty, but instead you are rooted in a deep trust that no matter what comes your way, you will be able to navigate it. Confidence doesn't mean you won't face difficulties. It means that when difficulties arise, you know you have the ability to overcome them. The power to face challenges with confidence comes from knowing that you are divinely protected and that God has already gone before you. His protection is not just about physical safety, it's about emotional and spiritual fortitude. It's the confidence that God will give you the wisdom you need when you need it, the strength to endure when the path is tough, and the peace to remain steady even when the world around you is shaking. There's a unique kind of peace that comes when you know that God's protection is at work in your life. You're not constantly worried about what might go wrong or who might be against you. Instead, you can face your day with a sense of calm assurance that no matter what comes, God's got it. It's a confidence that doesn't depend on your own strength or ability to control everything, but rests fully in God's sovereignty. The more you step into your day with this mindset, the more you begin to realize that you don't have to fight every battle on your own. God's protection covers you, and that gives you the freedom to walk through your day with courage and poise. This confidence also affects how you interact with others. When you walk with the assurance that God's protection is over you, it's reflected in your interactions. People can sense the peace and security that radiates from you. You aren't easily rattled by criticism or negative energy because you know who you are in God. You know that His protection surrounds you, and that means you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Your confidence comes from the fact that God has already affirmed your worth, and His protection is proof that you are valuable in His sight. This confidence allows you to move through your day without the weight of insecurity or doubt, which often come from worrying about what others think or whether you're measuring up. Instead, you are able to focus on what truly matters: your relationship with God, your mission, and your ability to serve others from a place of strength. Walking in confidence is not just about showing the world that you have it all together. It's about living in the security of knowing that you are never alone. When you start your day with the knowledge that God's protection is covering you, you begin to walk differently. You stand taller, you move with purpose, and you tackle challenges with a quiet strength. This is the kind of confidence that comes from within, not from external circumstances, and it has the power to transform every area of your life. You begin to see the world as an opportunity to shine, to do good, and to make an impact because you are walking in the protection and strength of God. With this kind of confidence, there is nothing you cannot face and nothing that can shake you from your purpose. You are equipped, you are protected, and you are ready to take on whatever comes your way. When you understand that you are more than a conqueror through God's protection, your entire outlook on life changes. You begin to see yourself not as someone who merely gets through the day, but as someone who is equipped to overcome anything that comes your way. This understanding is a game changer. The challenges you face, the struggles you encounter, and the difficulties that seem overwhelming all suddenly take on a different perspective. You are no longer defined by the obstacles in front of you, but by the God who is standing with you. God's protection is not just a shield that keeps you from harm, it is an empowering force that gives you the strength to face every trial with victory in mind. When you start your day with the awareness that you are more than a conqueror, you are acknowledging that no matter what comes your way, you have already been equipped to handle it. You have been given everything you need to rise above any situation. Being more than a conqueror means that you are not just surviving, you are thriving. It means that every challenge that comes into your life is an opportunity for growth, for learning, and for victory. When you face obstacles, you don't have to back down. Instead, you stand tall, knowing that God's protection is not just surrounding you, but it's giving you the power to overcome. It's the confidence to face hardship head-on, knowing that you are not fighting the battle alone. The victory is already yours, not because of anything you've done, but because of who is on your side. God's protection gives you the strength to endure, to rise again when you fall, and to move forward even when the path seems difficult. When you start each day with the understanding that you are more than a conqueror, it shifts your mindset. You are not looking at your day with dread or uncertainty, but with expectation. You expect success. You expect breakthroughs. You expect to overcome. Your approach to challenges is completely different because you know that God is working through you. You can face the tough moments with faith, believing that they are temporary and that God is using them for your good. When you know that victory is already assured, you are free to live in the moment, trusting that the outcome is in God's hands and that you are equipped to handle whatever may come. This mindset also affects how you view other people and the world around you. You begin to approach your interactions with others not from a place of fear, but from a place of confidence and love. You no longer fear criticism or rejection because you know your worth isn't tied to the approval of others. You are secure in God's protection and in His affirmation of who you are. This inner security empowers you to step into every situation with strength, compassion, and grace. You are no longer defined by what others think of you, but by the truth of who God says you are. And this confidence in your identity gives you the courage to be bold in your actions, to speak with conviction, and to act with integrity. Living as more than a conqueror isn't about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about recognizing that you are already victorious in Christ. You are already equipped to handle the battles you face because God's protection is covering you. It's about having the confidence to step into the unknown, knowing that God has already gone before you. When you start your morning with the understanding that you are more than a conqueror, you set the stage for a day of power, peace, and purpose. You are no longer walking through your day wondering if you're going to make it. Instead, you walk with your head held high, knowing that you are walking in God's power, and nothing is impossible for you. This understanding becomes the foundation of everything you do, from your work to your relationships to your personal growth. You are more than a conqueror because God's protection is with you, and that changes everything.